verse 32. Now the war with the Midianites has just completed. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle. And when they saw the land of Jazer, which was just a little ways from the Israelite camp, somewhere north, they believe, and the land of Gilead, that, behold, the place was a place for cattle. Now all the preparations are being made. They're right on the cusp of crossing over the Jordan at this point. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and to Eleazar the high priest and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, Adaroth and Dibon and Jazer and Nimrah and Heshbon and Eleale and Shebam and Nebo and Beon, even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. Wherefore said they, If we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over the Jordan. Once again, we're told that these are of two tribes, the tribes of Reuben and Gad, which would have been located to the south of the camp. These tribes had occupied a neighboring position in their encampments for the space of 38 years, and it was natural that they should desire to be permanently located near each other. Verse 6, And Moses said unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here? And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord hath given them? Moses, of course, he had good cause to feel great anxiety about the entry into Canaan proper. Once already, the faith and courage of the people had failed them on the very threshold of the Promised Land 38 years before, and a slight discouragement might bring about a similar calamity. Hence, he spoke with a degree of sharpness which does not appear to have been deserved, according to their responses. Thus did your fathers, when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land, speaking of the spies. For when they went up into the valley of Eshcol, and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which the Lord had given them. And the Lord's anger was kindled the same time. And he sware, saying, Surely none of the men that come up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed the Lord. And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of the Lord toward Israel. For if ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy all this people. And they came near unto him, and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our cattle, and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel, until we have brought them unto their place. And our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return until our houses, until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward. Now, some of the commentators believe that all the armies of these, 2.5 tribes, if you count the half tribe of Manessa, they believe that all of their armies went while leaving all of their families without any sort of defense. The tribe of Reuben consisted of over 43,000 men, Gad over 40,000 men, Manessa over 52,000 men, the half of which is 26,350, which would have resided on the other side of the Jordan. The amount is 110,580 men of the army. Now, from Joshua 4, we learn that of the tribes of Reuben and Gad and the half of the tribe of Manessa, only 40,000 of them, actually, armed men, passed over Jordan to assist their brethren in the reduction of the land. Consequently, the number of 70,580 men were left behind to defend these other cities. But do notice the rather confident stance that they take right here, because our inheritance, the land allotted to them, is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward, whenever it's firmly reckoned that they were all supposed to be in Canaan. It does not appear on what ground they spoke so confidently. They do not seem to have received any divine intimation that their lot was to be on the east of Jordan, but rather to have been guided by their own preference. If so, they cannot be acquitted of a certain presumptuous willfulness in action, and of a certain want of honesty in speech. And Moses said unto them, If you will do this thing, send your armies on over, and help your brethren. If you will go armed before the Lord to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord, until he hath driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before the Lord, then afterward ye shall return and be guiltless before the Lord and before Israel. And this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure, your sin will find you out. Implying that the repercussions from this will surely come upon them. Perhaps more armies from that side would just swarm in upon them, and massive deaths and all of this. Your sin will find you out. That's a lesson for all of us to take heed of. Your sin, if not done away with, will surely do away with you. Build you cities for your little ones, and folds for your sheep, and do that which hath proceeded out of your mouth. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, Thy servants will do as my Lord commandeth. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead, but thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war, before the Lord to battle, as my Lord saith. So concerning them Moses commanded Eleazar the high priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, in whom has already been made known to be Moses' successor. So he lets Joshua know this as well, and the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over Jordan, every man armed to battle before the Lord, and the land shall be subdued before you, then ye shall give them the land of Gilead for a possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan. Meaning that they would eventually be forced to come back across the Jordan as originally planned. And by then the land allotment would have already have went to the other tribes, so this would have been a much more difficult campaign for them, as they would have probably solely have had to have sought out land, probably among the Philistines and all of these. They'd have had to have gone to war by themselves. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, As the Lord hath said unto thy servants, so will we do. We will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side Jordan may be ours. And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and to half of the tribe of Manessa the son of Joseph. He gave unto them the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan. The land with the cities thereof, and the coast, even the cities of the country round about, which stretched all of this outlined right here. You'll see in the red outline that of the former territory of King Sihon. And then in the blue outline, you see the kingdom of Og, which Manessa would come up to there. And the children of Gad built Dibon, and Ataroth, and Aror, and Atroth, Shophon, and Jazer, and Jogbehah, and Beth Nimrah, and Beth Haran, fenced cities and folds for sheep. And the children of Reuben built Heshbon, and Eleale, and Kirjathim. Just a real quick note on this Dibon, and the children of Gad built Dibon. That is actually where they unearthed what is known as the Moabite stone. Often called the Moabite stone, the 9th century slab was found east of the Dead Sea in 1868 at Dibon by F.A. Klein. It records conflict between Moab's king Mesha and King Omri of Israel, one of the kings mentioned in the Old Testament. Mesha's successful liberation and rule of the land. So this is a stone created by the enemies of the old Israelites. So this is just proof of Scripture, is why it's so important. It validates the Old Testament accounts. And Mesha's successful liberation and rule of the land appears consistent with the political and military climate that existed in the 9th century BC, according to 2 Kings 1-3. It also makes mention of the name of God on it, as well as, of course, Mesha, Omri, and all of these. And Nebo and Belmion, their names being changed, and Shibmah, and gave other names unto the cities which they builded. Now it's believed that they did that because so many of these little cities had names after their these false gods of the Moabites and the Amorites and all of these. So they changed the names. And the children of Makir, the son of Manessa, went to Gilead and took it and dispossessed the Amorite which was in it. So there were still some enemies up there. Manessa fought them off. And Moses gave Gilead unto Makir, the son of Manessa, and he dwelt therein. And Jared, the son of Manessa, went and took the small towns thereof, and called them Havoth-jair. And Nobah went and took Kenath, and the villages thereof, and called it Nobah, after his own name.